Hi guys. Well, I did say, didn't I, that this comments thing would start to get, well, a few moans. And it's happened. There's a few, well, not a few, there's just another one that's been moaning about me yapping and chatting to you lot at the beginning of the video. And I'm thinking, what's the point, you know? I did say to the guy, I like to talk to the subscribers at the beginning. All you got to do is just go along the bottom, or that way, I don't know which way it goes on your screen, but scroll through it and watch the restoration afterwards. You know, I mean, you don't have to watch me talking. If you don't like the talking part, scroll through it. But, you know, it makes you wonder, what's the point? You know, I mean, why do I bother doing these videos? I mean, I started to get to the point where I'm enjoying to do these things now. I mean, there's a lot involved. I mean, these people don't realise it's a lot easier for me to restore something without having to keep stopping and filming bits of it. I mean, I could do it in twice as fast time as what it takes me to film it. But there you go, they don't appreciate that, do they? So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, then they can switch off. If they don't like the way I do my videos, don't watch, you know. Anyway, let's get on with it. I'm gonna carry on yapping. If you don't like it, mate, switch off or run through, whatever you want to do. I don't care. I've gone past worrying. Anyway, as we always start, back to normality. Comments on the previous video. Glad you enjoyed it, folks. Lots of nice comments again. Usual suspects. Suspects. Jeff Mower is one of them. Demir's Man Peter, Robert Sterling, Peregrine Fortescue Smythe. Still don't know your real name, mate. You haven't told me, have you? Keith Horting, Bob Fellows, the Scale Model Car Guy channel. John Moore, Gaza P. Thanks for the cars, mate. Ian Blackman, Stephen Deere, Robert Garrett, Rick Jefferson, Matchbox Workshop, Fabrizio Tibillo, Paul Robinson from Neighbours again, and Steve Cook. All gave me nice comments in the last video. And there's a few here. Greg Spinks. Bob, will you do a Thunderbird 2? Love your videos, Greg. Yeah, well, you're going to see it now, because this is about the Thunderbird 2 video. So that was well timed. Martin Dare, thanks for watching. Oh, I watched these. Left a few comments on these videos. He's doing some nice work on there. Check him out, Martin Dare. I don't know if that's what his channel's got. I can't remember now. Alexander Platz. Nice job on the Cortina. Yeah, he's enjoyed the way that's come out. Basic rattle cans. I told everybody, use the rattle cans. Air guns. Who needs them? Mark D CCR Racing. Fantastic job. Cortina looks great in red. Cheers. Alan Saxton. Everyone seems to be in agreement. The colour looks great. Wheels are smashing. Couldn't believe the shine on the Cortina. Very nice indeed. Oh, as for the plonker, he keeps giving you the thumbs down. Take no notice of men with small penises. After all, they are just little pricks. I like that. That's very good. Yeah, I think I've heard it somewhere before, but Tony's Diecast Restos. Nice work, Bob. Come out great. He got a few corgi cars he's got to do. Looking forward to the next one. He's doing a Bentley at the moment or something. Yeah, pain in the ass to do the two-tone. Yeah, they are. But as it happened, this Cortina was alright. The one or two-tone was it. Danny from Danny's Diecast Disasters. Another great job, buddy. He's got a saloon one to do apparently. So I'll look forward to seeing that one. I got my fag burning. I shouldn't show you that. Bad habit, I know. It's gone out anyway, so put it away. The Fokker 03. The 491 was available in metallic blue. Yeah, I know it was. I have done one in metallic blue before because I had the old Golf scenery and all that for it as well. But you got to buy the Golf caddy and the Gopher and all they're not cheap, all these bits. So if I'll just do it as the red one, be a lot easier. Camper van Detective Man. Nice video again. He likes his spray booth. Glad I got it sorted Andrew Field, ignore the haters, Bob. We like your work. And adore, endure. Skills. Nice job, Bob. Thanks for making my full day brighter. I mean, this is only comments here. I mean, if you didn't send me all these comments, I wouldn't have to do this yap bit, because I wouldn't know what to say. So I'm glad you sent me the comments, really, because I'd like to let everybody know what everybody else is saying and things like that, and say thank you in person, if you know what I mean. Steve Tebb. Not really nice colour, Bob. He's also seen them darker than that. Yeah, I think it's just cool. You just use whatever paint they had mainly on most of these models. Oh, he's on about the wheels. The original wheels on it was a lot smaller, but who ever heard of a Cortina with wheels the size of a Mini? Well, it was right, I suppose, really. Jeff Baker. Bob, always a great restoration on the car. Perfect colour match. Well, I don't know about that. I'll just use the nearest red, that's all. I actually did go over it again with another can. I went down to get another can because I said I was running out, or was that? Oh no, that was the Safari one, wasn't it? Yeah, I was running out of paint on that one. I did get another can of paint for that one. RDK Metal Milk, or Randy. Hi Bob, I love wagons and you did a cracking job. Cheers, mate. Pimp my diecast. He sent me some drills. Paul, nice chap. I have tried the drills out, mate, and they're pretty good. So I should be looking out for some of them. I'm another chunky monkey, showing my face as soon as it's Halloween, and you can get off with that sort of thing. I don't know. Mike Thatcher. Hi Bob, great job. Found the channel a few weeks ago. Seen them all now. I've got my workshop set up to try it myself. What have you started? Yeah, I'm starting quite a few people off on this. You're all bloody doing it now, aren't you? So that's alright. As long as it keeps you happy, keeps you out of the way of the missus or indoors, doesn't it? Keith Edmonds. Another great restoration. Don't worry about the thumbs down. There's always one odd person who will do enough. There is always the one odd person who will do it. Enough of us like what you do. Keep doing it and let one sad person worry. Yeah. That's the way I look at it, really. Francis Palmer, another great resto and colour choice. Keep the vids coming. Look forward to them just like the other fans do. Can you do a Corgi custom? Well, funny enough, I have got a car from one of my subscribers. He sent me some more cars, and it's a Volkswagen Beetle driving school car. And I was looking at it. There's a few bits missing on it. I might be able to customise that one to something. I'm not going to tell you what yet, but I have been, thinking about customising that one actually, because I haven't got the steering wheel that goes on the top of it, so most probably that'll be a custom job, but that'll be like next year, because I have got so many here to do now. So I mean, if you haven't seen yours come up yet, anybody who sent me the cars models here, don't worry, they will be coming up, but I can't do them every one. I'm trying to do most of the easy ones really, to get them out of the way, because I mean some of them do need parts, and I've got to wait for parts from Flowers and all that. Dave Weston. Bob, it's me again. My mojo for restoration was losing its strength, but thanks to you, mate, it's back, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm inspirational because my humour cracks them up. Humour, I don't know what humour I got. Can I do a resto on a Corgi with the bottom pressed on like a common car transporter? I don't understand what he's on about there. Anyway, Burning B24. All these funny names here. Great job, Bob. I had one a long time ago. Currently doing Captain Scarlet maximum security vehicle. But this one has wider tyres. Always a pet hate. So I bought a bunch of JPS. Let you know, JPS racing car for their wheels. Let you know how it goes. Keep up the good work. Derek Rowe. Another casting I don't know. Wasn't sure when you said you were changing the colour, but it looks great in red. Thanks, mate. Tommy Flynat. Another Bob classic. Great colour choice. And the wheels from the elderly uncle worked a treat. Yeah, they did go on well, actually. John Wally. Hi, mate. Could you tell me where you got the Corgi box? Templates. Yeah, well, like I said, eBay. That's the only place you can, just type in Corgi box video or something like that, and it'll come up. I think it's a guy in Germany does them as well, or somewhere on eBay. I got mine years ago anyway. I haven't even got the disc still now. The discs are gone. I've got the actual files copied onto my computer now, and on hard drives, so I don't lose them. Isaac Wilson, you ever get the itch to buy a 3D printer? 3D printer? You must be kidding. I can't afford one of them. I'm not Marty. Another great rest. I'd love to have one of mine. I mean, you could print loads of bits off of one of them, but it's not for me, I'm afraid. I ain't got the funds to do that. Another great restoration. Any chance of doing a Campbell Bluebird? If I had one, mate, I'd do it. You know, if I come across one, I'll do it. I can't, you know, I can't sort of do them to sort of people like sending me, can I do this and that? I can't do them unless I actually get hold of one. You know, I mean, it's either me getting hold of one on eBay or in a boot sale somewhere or a toy fair. Then if I see one, I can do it. But I can't sort of do suggestions like what people send me. Is I just do what I get, and that's it. It's not like I'm a disc jockey and play the record you asked for and things like that. You've got to understand that. Hopefully I'll get one and I'll do it. John David, great stuff, Bob. Knock some of those builders' work out the window. Think you should be the transformer. Your paintwork literally outshines most, if not all the other model restorers I've used. Well, I don't know what this airbrush paint comes out like. I have seen a few airbrush videos and that, and it doesn't look very good. Doesn't look that hot to me. I think the old air cans, you know, spray cans, comes out better myself. I mean, you use the spray cans on the car, so what's the difference, you know? Chris Smith, oh, this bloke here. This shows what a small world this is. Hey Bob, I'm a decorator and my company sent me to assist a decorator down here in Plymouth. We meet, shake hands and start work. As you do. We start talking and I mention that I renovate Corgi and Dinky cars. And the guy says, oh, my nephew does that. Me. He said he got his own channel on YouTube. And it turns out it's my Uncle Mark that he's working with. So, I mean, you know, what a coincidence, you know, what a small world it is. He said he speaks very highly of you. He also told me to pull your leg, saying that your snooker and your darts, you crap at it or something. Saying I'm rubbish at snooker and darts. Keep on with the great renovations and videos you've inspired me to do a food that I wouldn't normally do. Cheers. Yeah, like I said to you, go on about his hair, because, well, no, I've shaved mine off, but he's got grey hair. I cut mine off. John Davey, hi Bob, back in 1970, this is it. This is the last comment now, for now. When Silverwings opposite Torquay Town Hall was trading, I was always dropping in to have a nose. He was training as a panel beater apparently, and he just saw a 1600 Cortina in Aubergine, and he had a Mini at the time, and he wanted his car the same colour. And where he started work, they just bought a brand new bloody spray booth, like 10 grand's worth or something. Well, what he'd done, he bought like loads of spray cans, 50p each at a time, of Holt's Aubergine or whatever it was, the colour. And the managing director had come out and he saw his car outside. And he said, oh, who give you permission to use our spray booth to spray your car? And he said, well, no, I didn't. He said, I sprayed it myself. Told him, like, you know, done it with the spray cans. And the bloody manager, he couldn't believe it. So he told him to park his car outside. He gave the work and the rest of the work house, but mate, he had a bit of needle for it from his workmates. But he gave them all a bollocking apparently, saying that if he can get a finish like that with spray cans, why can't they do it with a bloody 10 grand spray booth? So yeah, so I mean, 10 grand's a lot of money then, wasn't it, in 1970? And it's like he says, as you said in your video, there's nothing wrong with rattle cans. No, there isn't. I swear by them, mate. You know. Anyway, that's it. Cut it a bit shorter this time, the old yap, because you know, like I said, certain people's getting a bit cheesed off with it, so I'll try to cut it down slightly. But you know, what can I do? I mean, I can't please everybody all the time, can I? Only some of you some of the time. That's what I said to the bloke. You can't please everybody. But anyway, let's get on with this video. This is the Thunderbird 2, and it's not a bad little model. It's a 1975 one, the later one. It's not the early Dinky one. That's an all metal one. This is the one that's metal die cast on the top and the actual thing that drops out the belly, and the bottom is all made of plastic, but you can see what I do with it. So let's get on with it. Okay, this is our job for today. This is a Thunderbird 2 1975 version. It's missing the actual Thunderbird 4. I was hoping to get that for the end of the video, but it's not in bad condition really. I mean, the paintwork ain't too bad in some places, but there are some places that let it down. Like this, the decal on the back, the sticker is a shiny sticker that goes on the back of the wing, and there's numerous other spots that let it down. The underneath is made of plastic because it is the later version, as I said. So what I'm going to try and do with this one is paint it all the same colour and make it look like the early version. So thanks again to Ian Hulley for sending this in. Let's get on and, well, like I say, let's get on with it. Okay guys, as you can see, this time, today, or this video, we're going to be restoring this Dinky Thunderbird 2. And as you no doubt can see, it's the plastic one on the bottom one. It's the later one, 1975 version. Pardon me. I think the earlier version was, I think it was all metal. All this was all metal as well, like, you know. But what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to see if I can spray this bottom piece up the same colour as the actual top, so it looks, you know, like the older version, if you know what I mean. But first of all, I want to get these little stickers off, because I'm going to try and print these off myself. And what I'll probably do is do them as decals, whatever you want to call them. Instead of having them as stickers, I'll put them on there as decals, so they're you know, I can varnish it over or lacquer it over, and there won't be no crappy old stickers. I never like stickers. They wear, and you know, they're rubbish. So that's what I'm going to try and do with this one. The chap who sent me this one, Ian Hulley, he sent me quite a few actually. He must have heard his name quite a few times, because he's sent me quite a few models too. And he actually sent me those elastic bands that go in there, which works the actual springs, and there's quite a few spares of them. So that was a godsend for him to send them. So all this is working alright. There's only one thing I found. I have opened it up and that already, because it is only screwed together. There's only one thing I've found, is that this piece here, well, inside there's a piece missing out of there. Well, I'm not going to worry too much about that, because whoever's had it, whether it was Ian done this, I don't know, but there's a piece of, like, I don't know, it's like a piece of plastic there fixed onto there, so that it connects, you know, so it stops it falling out. So I'm going to leave that bit of plastic on there, because if you look, when you squeeze it together, it clips in, it sort of holds that piece there like that. So I don't really want to go messing around and taking that out, because it is doing the job. It's keeping the actual body part in there. So, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I say. So I'm going to leave that piece in there, and I'm going to try and spray this piece, all this piece, without taking it apart, because there's no reason to take it apart from just to spray it. And as you can see, I have had a go at rubbing some of the paint off with me. I've got a new tool in the shed now. I've got an actual Dremel. Like I said, I'd show you it in this video, because I've opened it now. And I've got an extension on there, so I can use this. I've had a go at it, you know, to get this paint off, and it's coming off quite easily with me Dremel. So all I'm going to do is actually just mask up these, you know, doors. I can actually put a bit of tape on that quite easily, and I can roll a piece of tape over that to mask these metal wheels up. And the rivets, I can always scrape the paint off of them afterwards, you know. And that I should probably just spray over that anyway, so it's the same colour as the actual body. And the paint I've got, I did buy two lots of paint for this one. The first lot, I'll show you, is it's this one here. But if you look, it's quite a bit, you know, quite dark compared to the actual model. So I have since gone back and I've got a lighter one, and that's a metallic as well, and that's a nearer match. I don't know what I was thinking when I was down there when I bought the other can. My mind must have been elsewhere, because for some reason I thought it was darker, but obviously it isn't. But that's a nearer match. When that goes on, that'll look near enough the same. So you know, this one here is called Ford. It's a Ford Metropolis Blue metallic. So that's the one we'll be using on this one, because that's the nearest I can get. I can always use this for something else. So anyway, I'm going to take this apart. It's quite easy to take apart, pretty straightforward. I'll take the elastic bands out. They only unhitch. They're quite easily took off. If you spring them up like that, you can get these elastics. So you've got to take it apart to do it, but they're quite easy. They only flip off of the ends. But I'll show you that once I've took this apart. And God, my throat is terrible. Once I took this apart, I should show you how the elastic bands come off. And this all comes out in one piece. This back piece, it's all looped together and it's all in one piece. But I'm gonna redo the backs in there as well, because that's gonna look better all silver. Like I've seen pictures of it, and a lot of these is actually all silver on that yellow piece in there. So yeah, so we're going to print our own decals. I figured out a piece to put along there. I'll show you that when I come to it, but these here should be pretty straightforward to print on the printer. So anyway, let's get on and take this baby apart. Right, I've took it to pieces, and I don't know if you can see, but I've got the legs down, because if you try to put this together with the legs up, it's a hell of a job to get back onto there, because the elastic bands, they flick off everywhere. You've got to be even careful doing it like this, because these here only slot into little grooves there. Like if you look at there, they're only slotted into there. But if you've got the legs open, there's less sort of pressure on them, so it makes it slightly easier. It gives you a chance to be able to close it up again. So anyway, the way these come out is quite simple. You just pop them out like that. Take these pieces out. They're the same both sides. You can't go wrong putting them in, as long as the little buttons facing outwards like that. Put them in afterwards, or put them in first. I mean, when you put it back together, and then you have the elastic band going over the top, and then these just come out like this. You see. I mean, you take the elastic bands off if you want to. It's up to you. But you know, that's how they come out. They just pop out like that. Quite simple to take apart. And there's the other set of legs up, and then you just got more like that. But when you put it back together with the legs down, because they're less likely to spring away before you get a chance to put it back together, if you know what I mean. Because they'll just spring away and you might lose a part, and that'll be the end of that one. And you have to order new parts. So anyway, there's our base. I mean, that there, really all that needs is just an undercoat of I might try and scuff it up a little bit, but I think it just needs an undercoat really of the old you know, ordinary grey undercoat stuff, so we got something for the paint to stick to, and that should be alright for the base, because I want it all the same colour really. I'd rather have it looking like the original Dinky. So there's that part. We don't have to do anything with that. These bits here, like I said, they only got to be touched up. I've got to do that with me brush and the Molotov to get in there, touch these up, and then the outside, well, you're better off just leaving it, you know, the plastic really, because you know you don't want to go painting up that. This here's got to be stripped. I mean, when you put these back in, you can You can glue them in place if you wanted just to hold them there. You know, till you sort of screw it together. Don't have to, it's up to you. You can just put it together like that if you want. Everybody got their own way, but I'll probably just tack them in there just to hold them. I put all the screws back in the original holes up. So all I've got to do is get these little stickers off, really. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all these on a little bit of card, scan them, touch them up. Because if I scan them on a little bit of card, see, when I come to print them, I can print them actual size to what I scanned them at. And then that, you know, they'll all come out this size then, when I print them at actual size. But all I've got to do is put them on the computer and just touch them up, really, and put new numbers on and new colours. And then that'll sort that out. But this one is a pretty easy one to do, really. This part here, like I said, I'm going to do a bit of masking on this. The only thing missing is the little Thunderbird 4, the little yellow submarine thing. Not the Beatles. The little yellow Thunderbird 4, but I've got one of them on order, so I won't be able to show you it in this video, but when I do me the little review, what I promised you for 2020, January 2020, when I showed you what I've done after the Christmas break, I shall show you that. I'll probably have it by then, and I'll be able to show you the little submarine thing coming out as well. So anyway, I'm going to take these stickers off, put them on a bit of card, try and get them off with a knife or something, get a knife right in behind there, a very thin blade, and put them on a little bit of card so I can scan them. And then all I've got to do then is strip this thing, because like I said, I'm going to try and clean this up without, you know, taking it apart, because like I said, the paint's coming off anyway. So let's get on and do that. Right, I don't know if you can see that very clear. It's that's the stickers I've managed to get off of it. I can always put these down with a bit of Pritt stick stuff before I scan them, because I'm not using these again. This is just, I'm using this as a template so I can get the size I need for, you know, for when I print them. So that I managed to get them off as best as I can. As long as I've got, you know, near enough the shape of the actual sticker, I can, you know, go over that, paste over that on my computer, you know. So there's my stickers. Anyway, that's that part ready to get sorted out. Now this piece here, I'm going to attempt to get this done with me Dremel. So I've got me thing wired up there. If I switch it on, just have a look and see how easy this does come off. It should come off quite easy. You see, I can call it a Dremel now because it is a Dremel. It is the real thing, thanks to my lovely darling Mrs. indoors. As you can see, that paint is coming off that. Not as quick as it would with the old Corset Solar, of course, but I don't really want to, you know, take this apart if I can help it. If I can do it like this, it's going to look better in the end because you've got the original rivets still in there. You know what I mean? It's going to look a lot more original if you've got the actual original rivets in it. So, anyway, I'm going to get on with this. You don't want to see me rubbing all this down. It's going to take quite some time to get all this off. I'll just do a little bit at a time. But it is coming off, you see. So I'll get on with that, and then we'll dip the other thing in the stuff. Okay guys, I've boiled my kettle. And as you can see with thing here, I can't get it in my tin properly. So this is going to be a bit of a bugger to do. So I've tilted the tin up a bit, and I'm going to try and dip it in at each end, you know. I mean, I don't know where else I can do it. I need a wider tin. But I mean, as long as I get most of it, once I get it covered a bit, it'll come off. I'll get a bit on there, and then I'm going to have to just mess around and turn it around and whatever, like, you know. There's the old Thunderbird 2. Don't want to go in the bin, in the tin, I mean, not bin. You have to just do it like this. I mean, the paint's coming off easy enough by the looks of it. Yeah, it's falling off. So, right, if I give that a scrub there. Yeah, it's coming off easy, folks. So, if I just tip that like the other way up, that's the only way I can bloody do it, I think. Get it to come up like that. It's a good job it ain't one of them stubborn ones, because sometimes you get a stubborn casting and the paint just does not want to shift. I don't know if any of you lots ever had it. I tend to get it quite a bit with Batmobiles, actually. Some of them are really, I don't know what they painted it with, but it's really a pain to get off. And you got to give it like 2 or 3 dips and scrub it again, and then give it more dips. So I don't know if they varied their paint use on these things. But yeah, that's coming off, look. That'd be alright. So I can turn that around somehow. You see, you don't want to go in the bath, look. You don't want to go in there. Bloody thing. Why do they have to make these things so stupid with these wings? Because it's Thunderbirds. Yeah, it's got it. I've got most of it now. So anyway, folks, there you can see I've managed to strip this thing. I've managed to get the paint off the actual. I'll stop it there and show you the actual the belly of the thing. I managed to get the paint off without going through this process, so I shall show you that next. Okay, guys, there you go. That's all been cleaned without taking it apart, as you can see. I've got to mask all these wheels up because I don't want no paint going on these, and I've also got to get this masked up as well. I'm going to try and hold it with that piece, actually, when I've got the masking tape on it, to actually spray it. So because I want it totally covered, I'm going to go over that as well. So this is all got to be undercoated yet. I'm going to undercoat this because I've got that piece on the back, and that's plastic, so it'd be better off undercoating it, really. But yeah, that's that piece, and there's the old after the caustic soda treatment. That's all cleaned off. I'm going to give that an undercoat as well. And also, I haven't bought no stickers. I've managed to make some. Now, the only trouble with these sort of stickers, or well, they're not stickers, they're actually, you know, the decals. Well, you're alright with these doing these. The only awkward one to do is the actual silver piece. Now that there, I've done that by hand, as you can probably see. It's not brilliant, but it'll suffice. I mean, this piece is like a foil piece, and all I've done is got like a packet of nuts. I likes me nuts. I likes me peanuts, and I've cut a bit of the foil off from the packet, stuck it on a double-sided piece of tape, and measured it to the size I need, and then I painted each individual. I went up with a pen first to do the slots like it's supposed to look, and then I individually put paint in there because ink won't sort of take to it, if you know what I mean. So I've individually put each little black slot in there with a paintbrush with some gloss black paint. So when all that's dry, I mean, that'll be alright. I mean, it's better than spending out like £4 for a set of bloody stickers, like, you know. The actual stickers will go on alright. I mean, you won't know the difference with them, but that bit might sort of show up a little bit, but it'll be alright. I mean, I could always make another one in the future, try and improve it a bit. But anyway, I haven't got the actual submarine, as you know, to go in it yet, so hopefully that will be here when I've finished it. I'm not holding my breath on it, because he's not, this Flowers, he does supply good stuff, but he's not very quick at sending it. Sometimes you've got to wait a couple of weeks for it. But there you go. So anyway, I'm going to get this undercoated now, and then the next time we see it, we're going to be putting the colour on, and hopefully the colour will come out alright. So let's get on and do that. Okay, so here we go. This is all ready for a nice paint colour blue, the metallic blue. See how this comes out. I'm going to put it on the light because I find with these metallic paints, they're very dodgy paint to work with sometimes. If you try to do too much in one go, you get a horrible finish. And also, you don't want to go too close to it either, because that can also affect the finish. I know it looks like I'm going close, but I'm not as close as what you think I am. It's not turning out too bad, folks. Looking at it. Let's just check the back. There's a lot of funny little angles on this one, so I've got to make sure I've got every angle. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad at all, folks. A bit on the edge there. There's the old body. That's not too bad. It's looking nice. So let's do the old belly of it. Now I've managed to actually fix this one by putting the things inside of it, if you can see, instead of doing it like I said with the door. So a little bit like that, getting them grooves. It's not looking too bad. That's there. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Look at the shine. Beautiful. I'm pleased with how this is coming out. Now the final bit is the plastic piece on the bottom. Right, it's going to be interesting to see how this comes out. Hopefully I can make it look like the like it's metal. So when it's finished, it won't seem like it's made of plastic. It will actually look like the actual, you know, top half of the body. So far, it does. It's not looking too bad at all. See, inside of there a bit. Yeah, happy with that. That's looking good. Right then, folks, I'm going to give all this a nice bit of time to dry, because in the shed here I have got me electric oil filled heater going, and it's lovely and warm in here, so that'll ensure this paint dries nice and evenly and shiny. And next time you see this, I'll have it on the bench ready to put back together. Of course I've got to lacquer it all and all that, but we'll put the decals on and put it back together and see what it looks like. Right everybody, this is all looking, you know, nicely covered. It hasn't been lacquered yet because I want to get the old decals on it. And that silver piece I was on about, I'm not happy with it. I mean, I know I told you I painted each individual bit, you know, with a brush. It's supposed to go along the back of there. I don't know if I can show you here. Look, this is where it's meant to go. And it, well, I don't like it. It doesn't look right. So I've abandoned that idea. I've actually, what I've done, I've been in and printed off this here on transparent decal paper. And what I'm going to do, this time I've got a quick packet. And I'm going to put a bit of double-sided tape on the other side of this and cut out, you know, near enough the shape. And I'm going to put a decal on there because it's what I've done this on the computer is more, it looks more, you know, professional. It looks more precise, the lines. I mean, that looks horrible. I couldn't paint the lines by hand very good, but at least these here are all straight, and hopefully I can come out with something very sort of similar to the original. I was going to use a bit of foil, but that's gone out the window. I'm using a quick packet because it's a bit more thicker stuff. So I'm not using the foil, that can go in the bin, too thin. So if I cut a piece of my tape sort of so long, I only want it long enough for the actual sticker. I'm only going to do one, I'm not doing two. I want to see how one comes out first. And I'll turn that over and just stick it along where it's nice, a nice sort of smooth sort of surface on the actual foil, if you know what I mean. So I can put the decal on that, you see, and then I can trim it afterwards. So I'll get that all nicely stuck on there like that. And what I've got to do is cut this off. Cut off what I don't want. I might save a bit actually in case I do another one. So I'll cut it about there. I can save a bit of that. What's the bottom half? Bottom half looks nice, I'll keep that bottom half. So I'll just cut the, keep that piece. Right, the rest doesn't matter now, I can cut all this out. And so all I want to do is cut around the actual bit I've got the tape on. So now I've got a nice clean piece. I'll check it all the way. Another bit there, got the bin. Right, so now I've got a nice smooth surface. So all I've got to do now is put my decal on there, and hopefully when I've got it on there, it'll show up through or over the actual foil, if you know what I mean, and it'll look like a proper Thunderbird's decal, what you would buy. So let me get some water. Right, I've got my water. I'm going to trim this down a little bit more. I don't want all that on there. I don't need too much on there, just a little bit. So I've got to trim it off afterwards anyway. So I just want to get to the thickness of the actual tape, what I'm using really. So I don't need it too sort of wide. There. And I've got my little my little drip of washing up liquid in the actual water, so as it helps this to sink. And there you go. That sunk right away. Look. Let that come off, and we'll there's two sets of decals here actually, so I'm going to cut these top ones. And we're going to leave them aside, the other ones. We only need one set. I thought while I'm at it, I might as well print two sets, you know, and I've done with it. Because you never know, I might get another one of these. So anyway, right, that should be enough for that actually. Let's see if it works. I'm such a tight git sometimes. This is a penny pinching way of doing it really. But I mean, when you think of it, it does work out very expensive when you've got to keep paying out money for decals for these things, because they're not hard to make decals. And you think of the money that these people must make by, you know, selling these sort of stickers to everybody. There's no need to charge what they do really. Right, so if I put that on there like that, well, I'll tell you what folks, it ain't looking too bad at the moment. I'll get that lined up. That's not looking too bad at all. It's actually showing the silver nicely. I mean, look at that. Once that's trimmed down to the actual proper size, that is not too bad at all. Let's get all the water out. Not bad for a homemade effort, I must say. So I'll let that dry. I have actually, before I started doing it on this bit of crisp packet, I always says crip. That's what we talk like, well I do anyway. But I have actually ordered some chrome tape from China. 88p I got it for, and it's like a half a meter of thick tape like this, but it's chrome for future projects. So hopefully next time I do this I can just print this piece off if I do this one again, and I can just stick this decal straight onto the actual chrome and then cut it out without messing around having to, you know, put double-sided tape on and all that. But if you look at that, that ain't too bad at all. That's going to look pretty there. It's going to look pretty good. So that's all I've got to do really is get the right size cut, and I'm away. But I shall let that dry now for a while, and I'm going to let that set nice and hard before I go cutting any of that out. What I'll do, this one here, this old one, what I've done, he's the right size, so what I'll probably do is I'll get the actual size of it from that one like that, put it over the top. If I can show you here, look. I'll stick it over the top like that to get the actual proper size what I need, and then we'll be well away. I can cut around that, you see. But I mean, that looks a lot better than that, doesn't it? I mean, these lines, they look a bit crappy really, don't they? But these here, that's not too bad at all. Right, I'm going to get on and put all these decals on. I'm not going to show you that because you know how to put decals. I just showed you how to put a decal on. So I'm going to get all them put on and get this thing lacquered up, and then it'll be the final piece of putting this sticker on here, and well, that'll be it really. It will be showing what it looks like at the end. So I'll get on and do that in a minute. Right, I've got all the decals on, and I've also painted the windows up. There's the back piece, if you look at that, look. Doesn't look too bad at all, does it? I mean, that's as good as a bought one. It might not be the same amount of boxes, lines it's got, but I mean, who's going to bother taking notice of that? As long as it looks like it's meant to look, that's good enough for me. The old Thunderbirds 2 decal on the side, look, 2. T2 on the bottom, and T2 there. But anyway, I painted the red in, as you can see, on the front. So let's get this put back together. Oh, and I'll put the last decal on the front door there, which is meant to go on there, I think. Because I had one left over, I'm sure it goes on the front of the actual thing. So, there, all the rivets has been cleaned off. Doesn't even look like it's been opened. Well, it hasn't been opened actually. I did say I never did open it, did I? I've done it without, you know, I masked it up. So that's all ready. Now, as I was saying about these, put that away from that. These legs, the easiest way to do these is to do them actually open, because when you've got them, if I put one in there, like, when you've actually got them closed up, there's more tension on the elastic band, and it tends to spring out, and it is a pain in the ass. So you put your little bit in there like that. The elastic band goes across the top of that. So there's still a bit of tension on it now, but it isn't so bad as what it is when you got them. See, I mean, now it wants to spring out, let's see, even. It is a very fiddly job to get these in. But you just want it to stay there long enough so you can actually close the model up. Once you close it up, you're laughing. Right, I've got that there. Now, I don't want that to move now. This is the dangerous part now, putting the other side in. Hoping that's not going to spring out. That's the only snag with it. So you put your little button in. Oh, that one's come off now. Oh, that one's come off as well. Oh, bugger. Well, if I get them legs in there like this. That's the wrong way around. Just gotta go that way. Yeah, this is a bloody fiddly old job, folks. I tell ya. This is about the worst part of doing one of these, is putting this back together, this part. So you get that hooked on there. And then you hook it on that one. Right, so now we don't want this to move now. We've got to get this, got to get the old tubes back in. I did say about gluing these into place, but you don't need to. The actual casing will hold it together. So now we've got to drop that on. We've done it. That's it. Once you get that far, you're laughing. And it's just a case then of putting your screws back in. Now I'm putting these screws back in the same O's they originally came out of, because you can find with some of these screws that they tend to like to go back in the same O's. I mean, saying that, this one don't want to go back in now, and I took it out of there. Let's get another one in there. See what this one's like. He's going in alright. I probably haven't got the other one in properly. Yeah, he's gone in lovely, that. So then we got the bottom one down there. Yeah, that's all going in nicely now. Anyway, I'll finish putting this back together, and then we'll look at it on the turntable, and we'll see what sort of see if we can put all them legs back now. We'll see what it looks like. So let's get on and do that in a minute. Okay, this is what this looked like before we started with our restoration. Bit scruffy looking, bit of paint loss here and there. But it was all complete. That's a godsend, because the chap who sent this one through, Ian Hulley, he has supplied the actual elastic bands for the legs, so I'll replace those. But the only thing missing really was the little Thunderbird 4 thing. So anyway, this is how it looked before we started doing a bit of magic on it. And then once we did our little restoration, this is how it ended up. The paint isn't exactly right. It didn't come out as light as what I thought it was going to come out of the tin. The actual tin, when I showed you, looked like it was the same colour, but as you can see, it didn't come out exactly the same. But you know, I'm quite happy with it. It's a lot better than what it was. So all I've got to do now is get the little Thunderbird 4 to go inside, and then call this one totally finished. But anyway, if you all enjoyed this video, I usually try to get a video up every week. So till the next time, it's bye bye from me.